Welcome back, everybody, to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Back at you again Sunday, show number 14 for us. Always with my co-host, Don. What's going on, man?
How y'all doing today? I'm hoping everybody doing good this lovely Sunday. We are pretty much a week away from Mother's Day, so if you ain't got your Mother's Day gifts and stuff, go ahead and take care of that. Before they jack the prices or before you can't find that. So, uh, but glad y'all could join us tonight. If you're not watching this live, if you're watching this later on in the week or whenever you are, please, hit that like button. Please comment anything throughout the show. If you have a question or comment, just type it in and we'll reply right back with you as soon as we can. Share with your friends, and always please subscribe. We really appreciate the support. As always, come holla
Come holla at your
with your
hometown
hometown
sports.
sports podcast.
And on our show, we always have special guests, and we always let our guests introduce themselves. And this Sunday will be no different. RC, tell them who you are and where they can find you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Big Braves guru here. My name is Ryan Cothran. I live down at the beach in Florida, and I'm a school teacher of 18 years and a Braves fan and Atlanta fan my entire life. So it's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Where can they find you at on Twitter?
I am the bald-headed wonder. It's bald. It's a little bit of play on words, but man, whenever you go bald, whenever you're 19, you gotta poke fun at yourself.
I'm just holding on. I told my wife, man, I got a couple. What like LeBron said in the shop, I'm one bad cut away from. I can't handle another bad cut, but yeah, I told my wife soon I'm gonna be joining the club, the ball club as well.
Yeah, I took a girl to her my freshman year in college. I took a girl to her senior prom, and she was the president of the class, and so I had to escort her down in front of a bunch of people.
Mhm.
And my friend was in the audience. He said, "Oh, who's that bald dude that's escorting Sajal?" And it was me. And he walked up to me afterwards and said, "You're going bald." I said, "No, no." And I went to the restroom at that point in time and looked, and sure enough, I was like, "Man, you got to be kidding me."
Be your own friends.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why castor oil is the best way to go. Castor oil. Like, hopefully, hopefully my eye could stay for 30, 40 more years. I'll be good.
I don't know if it's gonna hold on that long, though.
Hey, it will.
Man, all power to
All
you,
right,
man.
well, we'll get to it. As always, on our show, we run down the week in Atlanta sports first before we jump into our topic. Um, Atlanta United, we're taking on KC tonight. It's 9 o'clock. We're actually about to kick off now. So Atlanta United is in KC, and like I said, that game is about to get started now. So after you're done with us, go and watch Atlanta United DVR them.
And I have a good hope that we're gonna end up winning that game tonight.
Me too.
They
2-0.
hopefully can score three points, three goals. If we can score 3 goals, then that'd be good. If not, if we just come out with a W. That's
Yeah.
all that's all we need. So
Yeah.
all right.
What the Hawks do this week? Yeah.
Hawks, they did pre-draft workouts this week. The draft lottery is coming up. That'll be on the 14th. I
Mhm.
heard State Farm Arena is they're gonna host a draft lottery party. So you guys in the city, if y'all ain't got nothing to do that night, go up to State Farm Arena and see which pick we want to get from 1 through 5. Hopefully we can get number 1. If not, then hey, so be it. We still the bright side of it, we still got 2 top 10 picks out of the draft. So that's you know, hey,
Hopefully, we can get some players, right?
yeah. Look, right now, we can. Last year they tried to do quantity over quality, but in the end, they really got some like a great player out of what Trey Young and
Hmm.
Kevin Huter. So
Yep.
Herder, yeah, like it's hard. His name's hard. His name's hard to pronounce, but yeah. But in all my respect, I mean, he's still trying to develop, and I think in year 2 he'll probably be a little better. But hey, like I said, we got 2 top 10 picks. You can't go wrong with that. So
Yeah. The Falcons, we reached contracts with our rookies, Sheffield, Comiskey, Allison Miller, and Green have all signed with the team. So that's the biggest news coming up. Next thing will be coming up will be rookie minicamp. But pretty much we inked our rookies to their free agent deal, so they got their signing bonuses and they're all spending money now.
well, we still got to sign Chris Lindstrom and
Lindstrom.
Caleb McGarry.
Yeah,
So we'll
but they're
they're gonna get signed I think by training camp. Sometime in July or something like that. So your first round picks, they normally hold out for a minute anyway.
yeah, and it's slotted, and so the first round, you pretty much know how it's gonna work out. Most of the time, you're working out those little details in the contract. The money is usually slotted, so it's usually those little details that are being worked out for um, the first and second round picks.
Yeah, then and we got 2 first round picks too. So you gotta think
Mhm.
about that as well, like as far as the money goes
Yeah.
and stuff, because and both of them are gonna get 50 options too. So
Yeah.
Braves this week, and that's the topic of our show. But before we get into the topics, we're gonna talk about the scores. On Sunday,
Mhm.
we defeated the Rockies 8-7. Monday, we started our series with San Diego, and we beat them 3-1 on Monday. Tuesday, the Padres they beat us 4-3. Wednesday, we won the game. We won against them 5-1. And Thursday, not so good.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, 11-3. Like that was, yeah. I had to shake my head. I went to sleep mad that night.
Batting practice.
Yeah. Friday, we won against the Marlins 7-2. That game, it was just a lot of hatred because Ureta, I'm gonna call it by his name. Ureta was pitching, and we wanted to hurt him, get revenge for what he did to Acuna last season. But I was the one that said, "Hey, as long as we get a win off of him, that's more than a wrench. That's more than a wrench for me." Um, Yesterday we beat them again. Um, 7-2. Was it 7-2 yesterday?
Hmm.
7-2 yesterday, and then today we beat them 3-2.
Yeah.
And then the game went into 10 innings. So
Yeah. It was a one zip ball game all the way into the bottom of the eighth. Then they got a run, and we end up going to extra innings and winning it. But it was a pitcher's duel because we kept them off the board all the way into the eighth inning.
Yeah, Julio Teheran looked good today.
Yeah.
I'm
first time
I'm not the biggest Julio Teheran fan over the course of the years, but he looked sharp today. The fact he
Yeah.
came out, whenever he was young, was throwing 95, 96, and then he's hitting 90, 91. Is it was tough, but he's learned to pitch around it and use his
Yeah.
change up and doing all kinds of good stuff. So
The thing with Julio is he'll come out and you'll see today what he did, and then the next game he'll come out and he'll walk 2 guys in the first. He'll give up a couple earned runs in the first frame, the
yeah,
first the first 3 innings, and then he'll settle down. It's like, if Julio gets through 3, he'll be fine.
that's
But if he can
that's a
get
really
to the
good point.
third inning, man.
he just he's unpredictable, man. Like
Exactly.
this season he is.
He's
Before we
been
get
like that the other season too, though. Yeah.
but like this season just like dude, are you serious? Like but like let's get into the chat. PSN, how you doing? He said rise up. Jonathan Folsky, he said, LOL, you said 2 top 10 picks. Can't go wrong, but we are talking about a Georgia based team. So I'm thinking that you're referencing the Hawks, 2 first-round picks. Two top 10 picks in the NBA draft. But we'll talk about that. Probably either next week or the week after that. We want to talk about the Hawks one day. So yeah. So let's get into the topic for the night. So 1 month has been removed since opening day, and what do you guys see in the Braves so far?
Well, I see two rookies, or I guess as close to rookies as they can be. Well, Max Fried isn't a rookie. Mike Soroka, I think, still has rookie eligibility. But I see two rookies
Mhm.
that are taking over the rotation, and that is one of the reasons why you build a farm system on pitching. Is you build in surplus, and then hopefully one or two of the guys ends up being what Max Fried and what Mike Soroka is doing right now, and that is locating and using their stuff and getting people out and letting the offense do the work. So it's really nice to see two young guys take the front of the rotation.
Uh, my first take is I guess it's kind of similar to what I was just saying about Julio. We're playing about 500 ball now. We defense has been pretty decent. We we you never know what you're gonna get. What is the team's identity? Are we going to put 4 or 5 runs on the board every day? Are we going to play? Well, we know we're probably not going to be a dominant pitching team. Are we going to play dominant defense? It's kind of like we. It's almost like we don't know who we are right now. And every day about 7 o'clock, we'll go out there and let's see what team shows up today. That's kind of been my take. I'm not sure who this team is.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I think that you know the lack of the general manager Alex Anthopoulos went in this offseason and addressed getting Josh Donaldson and Brian McCann right away. Been nothing, and there was no bullpen additions or anything, and I think that was the biggest thing for me as a Braves fan this offseason is you're looking at the bullpen that was not great at the end of the year last year, and there were no additions.
Exactly.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it was just frustrating, and
Mhm.
you got. I think with a few key additions in the bullpen this year, you're looking at a team that's at
Yeah.
least 3 or 4 wins better right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and a lot of Braves fans, like knowledgeable Braves fans, has been saying this since the beginning of the season. And that's right. We haven't did nothing to address the bullpen um, since last year. We haven't. No additions. No relief. And a lot of people wanted to bring back. What's the guy name again?
Kimbrel.
Kimbrel. Yeah. A lot of people want to bring back Kimbrel. And we haven't. He's still sitting out there, and I don't think And I've told people we're not bringing him back because
They're not going to pay him a 5 year deal.
yeah,
He's not going to give a guy who's what I think Kimbrough's 30, 36, 37. He's trying to get a 5 year deal. They're not going to do that. And I'm not necessarily mad at the Braves for that. The thing that irritates me is in the offseason, they were Liberty Middle. They knew what they were doing. They were being vague. They basically led us to believe that they were going to go and spend money. And then when they didn't spend as much as we or address the areas, they were like, "Well, we didn't say we spend it. We said we be, like." So it's almost like we can see we're right there, this close, and we want to be aggressive, but ownership
but
doesn't seem to be being as
it looks
aggressive.
like Liberty Media is trying to. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's like they're trying to copycat what the Yankees are trying to do. The Yankees' identity right now is like offense, hitting, and
Oh, long
that's what
ball.
we're trying to do. But
Yeah.
like, you cannot win. You're not going to win a championship. You're not going to win a division if you don't have pitchers. If you don't have a
Yeah.
bullpen, you need a
And
bullpen.
long ball is more of an American League thing anyway because you have the DH. So in the National League, you have to play a little bit more defense, have to have a little bit better pitching.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think one of the things is the Braves have for about 5 or 6 years have been building their farm system on pitching. And they have all of these pitching prospects and Bryce Wilson and
Yeah.
Tuki Toussaint and all of these guys that could probably do some damage out of the bullpen. I mean, anytime you take a starting pitcher that throws 94 to 96, and instead of asking them to throw 7 innings, you ask them to throw one, that 94 to 96 becomes 96 to 98. And you take two of those guys like Tukey and Bryce Wilson, and maybe even Sean Newcomb, who's been kind of booted out of the rotation.
Yeah.
You take those three guys and put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to build the team on pitching prospects, then you can't have a 10-man starting rotation. So let some of those guys just get out there and push for an inning.
Yeah. Speaking of Sean Newcomb, he got called back up to the team this week, and then we took it to Saint back to Gwinnett.
Right.
So.
Right, and that was a bit frustrating for me. I know he pitched 6 innings or so, but I really was hoping that Tukey would stick around and stay in the bullpen, maybe get 2 days rest and stay in the bullpen. But he's back down, and hopefully the Braves have an opportunity to see Sean Newcomb out of the bullpen and see what he can do.
Dansby. I said it before the season started. If Dansby could hit what I said it on this show, I think I said something like 275, 280 done with 20 home runs and 75 RBIs. Yeah. This team could be a contender. And hey, Dansby looks like he's going to get it.
Hey, Dansby looks great. And the weird thing about Dansby is the fact that one of my favorite stats out there is a stat called batting average on balls in play. And what it shows is essentially shows like it takes out home runs, but any ball that lands in between the foul lines, it gives a percentage of hits that they're getting. And most of the time, the average for a Major League Baseball player is like 300 for batting average on balls in play. And Dansby's sitting at 284. Now, that doesn't seem like that much of a difference, but you add that and the fact that he is spraying the ball to the left field, to right field, all over the place. Man, that batting average on balls in play is going to go up. He's been incredibly unlucky. He's hitting the ball
hard. Yes.
On Fangraphs, there's soft, medium, and hard contact for baseball, and he's got medium contact of 44.8 and hard contact of 44%. So he's hitting the ball soft only about 10% of the time, and he's just getting unlucky right now. So I think that turns. I think we see a guy that's going to push a 300 batting average and get on base well, and heck, he could hit 25 home runs if he keeps going.
And it seems like got to come up with a name for Acuna, man. We got to come up with you got to get a cool nickname for the city. It seems like he's slumping a bit, but it doesn't. I don't think it. Pitchers are being more selective now. He has a name out there. He's not seeing as many fastballs as he's like. I don't think it'll be an issue. He'll get it figured out. Kid's a superstar. It's a long season. You're gonna go through slumps and mini slumps, and it's like people say he's in a slump because he was so red hot last year and the beginning of this year. No way you can keep that up. So of course he was gonna slow down a little bit, but I think he's fine.
And I think he's just more of like a second half of the season type player. You got some people like it takes them a while to warm up, and you got some people that start hot at the beginning of the season and they go cold. So he's still young.
He's young, and 162 games is a long time. And we're talking about, I can't remember what it was, who said it, but I think Freddie Freeman has only had one stretch in his career where he has not gotten on base in like 12 plate appearances. Like he had an
Wow.
0 for 12 slump in his career.
Yeah.
Slumps are going to happen
Yeah.
unless you're Freddie Freeman, which is remarkable. But
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it, and it's crazy to think that a 396 on base percentage, a 487 slugging percentage. I mean, heck, if everybody could slump like that, would be all right.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just him as well, and his speed and his base running ability, he's still just a danger. He's still just a danger. And anytime especially with when he comes to the plate with 0 or 1 outs, or he comes to the plate with the man on base, the other team has to cringe. They have
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
And his energy, man, that's the thing that I love.
Yep.
Like,
He's an athlete.
but
Yeah.
he and Albies, just the energy that they bring to the team, and just the excitement that they bring to
They're having fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the thing that's been wonderful to watch. And I met Albies in the bathroom. That's as
Hmm.
weird as that is. I met him in the bathroom before he was his first year in the Braves system, and he had just won
Okay.
minor league player of the year for their rookie ball. I
Hmm.
said, "Who are you, man?" I said, "I feel like I know you," and he's like, "My name's." Oh, he said, "Oh, Albies" at that time. So anyway, he's my favorite. I love Acuna, but I
So
love Albies. He's my favorite.
what's your take on Charlie Culberson?
Man, okay, so I got roasted a lot because whenever we got Charlie Culberson, you look at his stats before he
Hmm.
came to the Braves, and I'm a stats
Okay.
first kind of guy, and I'm like, why in the world are we getting this guy? You know? And then what does he do but just blow us away last year? And look at
Mm-hmm.
what he's doing this year. It's just
Yeah.
remarkable. I
Plug
mean,
and play.
yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? That's exactly the way that I don't know if you guys we were big fans whenever Prado was around, but when a few people got hurt, Prado had to go play shortstop, and he hadn't played it hardly at all. And he said, "I'm like the Matrix. I'll just download the manual." You know. And Culberson's like that. He can go and do anything and be fine. But I mean, to have that bat off the bench all the time is remarkable.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
So right now we're even with the Mets in second place, and we're both a game and a half back of the Phillies. Um, but if you look at the other, what we have 17 wins now. If you look at the other divisions
Yeah,
in the
18,
National
yeah,
League, 18 wins after today.
yeah, 18,
If you
16, we just won one.
Yeah.
if you look at the other teams in the National League, though, and I know it's a little early to be looking at numbers. Some of the other third place teams, second and third place teams, already have 20 and 21 wins. So
Right.
you know, I know it's a little early, but it looks like we're gonna have to win a division because we're already falling back to pace for the wild card already. So it's gonna, teams and injuries are gonna shape up, but it seems like, man, we got to keep pace right now. If we go into a 3-7 type slump, man, that could be disastrous. We need a 7-3 type run in like the next 10 games to put us where we'd like to be.
But here's the thing: our next series is against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So,
But we did get the sweep against the Marlins, the lowest team
we
in our
need those
division.
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, like I told myself when we first played tomorrow, we need to win all these games because, like, if we can come out of LA with at least a win or two, that'd be good. But I don't really see us sweeping the Dodgers.
So Ryan, do you
Tough
think it's
thing.
too early to start numbers watching as I'm doing?
No, I don't. I think that it's important to weigh what's going on. I mean,
Mhm.
with Fried and Soroka stepping up in the rotation, then you got your back end of Tehran, Gossman, and Folty. I think you got to look at them. I think Folty and his velocity drop in the last few times he's been out. He used to push 97, 98, and at the end of his last outing, he was hitting 94. So that's worrisome. I know he was injured and didn't have much of a spring, but those are the things that you have to look out for, and you have to plan. And have so many guys in their farm system that they could literally make a trade for someone like Madison Bumgarner or something to shore up the rotation, or go get a few guys in the bullpen from the San Francisco Giants who are terrible and would be completely cool with getting a few prospects. So I think that come June or so, I know that that's really early, but come June, if there's still bullpen problems and there's still maybe back into the rotation problems, then it's either start trying out some new blood or looking at the trade route.
I certainly agree, and I think as long as we're playing 500 ball and being right there, we definitely need to be aggressive for an arm. Definitely.
Yeah, because this offense is going to hit, man.
Yep, we are, and like I say, to lose games like today, to even have to go to extra innings, to not be able to just have a guy to close that out. We've seen that too many times over the last half of the season. At the beginning of the season, I was like, hey, let's relax, let's see, but let's not fall too far behind the pace while we're trying to still see. Let's be aggressive.
Yeah. I understand the reason why they didn't sign Craig Kimbrell, and
Me
I'm
too.
not sure if you guys know this, but with him getting a qualifying offer, most of the time it is the team that signs him will lose their third round pick. But since the Braves did not sign their first round pick and they get 2 first round picks this year, if they would have signed Craig Kimbrell, they would have had to give up their second round pick.
Wow.
And that might not sound like a lot, but whenever they have all these penalties that got put on them a few years back, I mean, losing your second round pick is a big deal.
And on top of that, we're still going through a youth movement too on the team.
Oh yeah.
So signing Kimbrell, it sound good to the fans, the nostalgia, and a lot of people tell me, well, we brought back Brian McCain. Well, that's different. That's a catcher. Like you bringing back a 30, like a late 30s pitcher or closer. That doesn't make sense.
Multi-year deal.
I understand. Yeah, we need help in the bullpen, but I'm not for one to make desperate moves and try to bring somebody back.
Right.
Situation like we have, like we've been saying, we have the people in the farm system. Bring somebody up. They're gonna take their bumps, here and there, but eventually after the All-Star break, I really think we're gonna have a solid bullpen if they make the right moves now until July.
I mean, if you just acquire like a good middle reliever and then a good back end guy, what ends up happening is everybody that's been in roles that they're not suited for, they move down a spot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the person that's your closer is your 7th and 8th inning guys, and then it just trickles down from there. So whenever you can look at a guy that's a good reliever and he's the guy that comes in the 5th inning when you're getting beat by 3 or 4, then that's a good problem to have. And I was going to say this. You guys made me look it up a minute ago because I was thinking, man, Craig Kimbrell has been around. You're going to be blown away. He's only 30. He is only 30 years old. I thought he was older too. I thought he was at least 32 or 33, but he's only 30 years old.
I definitely got something wrong there because I thought he was older than that. Yeah, I definitely got something wrong there.
37 years old. Wow.
Yeah, because I thought that was the issue with him asking for the multi-year deals, that he was older.
Yeah, he's 30 years old. Well, he's about to be 31 in like 17 days, but he's 30 years and 342 days according to Baseball Reference.
Wow. Yeah.
But literally, he's been in the league for 9 years. This would be his 10th year.
Wow.
But like you said, I think that the issue is more with the middle relief anyway. Like we have to get to the closer.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
if we're coming in and I don't want to call players' names out, but if we're walking guys and giving up doubles all over the place in the sixth, seventh, and eighth innings, or fifth, sixth, and seventh, we're not getting to Craig anyway. So the issue is like, hey, we spend money on this guy. We have to be able to use him.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And I mean,
Yeah.
is a hot cost. And whenever you think about getting Craig Kimbrell, yeah, you have to pay him a lot of money, but then you also lose
Yeah.
that draft pick. That's paying
Yeah.
twice for him.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, definitely. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I see here that you wanted Ryan, you want to discuss the G Braves. They got some bats down there, don't they?
Yeah.
Man, that whole team must be on steroids. I'm just
All out
kidding.
in
They're
the
not.
park.
But my gosh, they are
Launching pad.
killing it. Yeah, Austin Riley, Adam Duvall, even the guys that don't even haven't had power in their history, guys that we just signed this year are just destroying the baseball. I mean, it literally. I mean, and Austin Riley, who I think I put a stat up today. I think he's hit 8 home runs in his past 10 games. Who does that?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah, I can
McGuire and
see him.
Sammy Sosa.
He's gonna end up getting called up soon.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
that's the thing. I mean, I think he's one injury away from if Josh Donaldson had to go to the injured list, I think he comes up.
Mhm.
But that's very likely. Josh Donaldson spent a lot of time on the DL last year, sorry, the IL it's called now. But
Yeah.
yeah, if he's hurt, I guess the frustrating thing for me as a fan is this spring we were hearing that Riley was going to be seeing a lot of time in the outfield, and he hasn't seen a single inning at Gwinnett in the outfield. He's only played third base.
Yeah.
So it honestly sounds like the Braves have they have no plans to even try him out there, which is a bit frustrating.
Yeah, just that with the way he's handling the stick, you just got to find a way to get him in the lineup, find a way to get him a couple at bats. Yeah, because yeah, like I said, if he's gonna hit like that, he's the next Acuna.
Yeah, and I mean if you look at what he's done this year, it's simply remarkable. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but he had a 492-foot home run a few days back.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
heard about that.
yeah. But another guy that's on the 40-man roster already, Adam Duvall, is also killing the ball down there. And he was not good for us, but I had a few theories about him because he's a type 1 diabetic, and coming down into this Atlanta heat, I'm wondering how much it had an effect on him.
Mm.
So, and I think that it was an adjustment for him, and he took his licks and went down to Gwinnett and worked on some things, and he's just like Riley. He's on the y'all there. I think I lost you a second.
Yeah, I'm here. It just froze for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
We're
Say
here.
what you just said. Just repeat what you just said.
Okay, y'all did hear me?
No, repeat it. It just
Repeat
froze
what
for a
you said,
second.
though.
Okay, I was just saying that last year Duvall didn't have such a great season for us. He came over after the trade, and then he went down to AAA and has worked on some things, and he is just. I mean, his stats are also video game worthy. He's got nine. I mean, he's right behind Austin Riley in 29 games. He's got 9 home runs. He's got a 314 batting average, a 411 on base percentage, a 686 slugging percentage. He's walking, he's hitting, he's cut down his strikeouts.
Mm.
So what you're saying is we're gonna
Then
deal
you
one of
have to
these
reel
guys
up.
for an
So
arm.
if a third baseman or a left fielder, you know what? That's probably true. I think the only other thing that you could do is deal Ender into Ciarte and move Acuna to center field. But I don't know how likely that is. I think that right now Ender's not going to bring back much because he's not done much with the stick so far. So
yeah,
we'll see.
he's just I mean he's just being okay. You don't see a team. You see a team that's maybe trying to sell, maybe just taking that, but nobody's calling and asking about, hey, we need Ender.
Yeah, I think the only team that could show interest in is the Seattle Mariners. They need a center fielder. They just had to send Malik Smith, who I love as a baseball player. They just had to send him down to AAA. He started off hot and then had something like a 1 for 38 streak, and so they sent him down. And that GM is always dealing, and they've actually played better than what they thought. So I was thinking maybe he'd call about Ender, but I just don't think that the Braves are in a position to move him right now, or I don't think that they think they are.
So I want to ask Ryan, what do you think? Not hoping. What do you think will be the outcome for the season? Where do you think we'll end up?
I think if we are, 5 games or more above 500 come the trade deadline, that our GM makes a big move. I don't think he's going to make a big move that takes away any of these core players. I think that guys like Dansby and Albies and Freeman and Acuna,
Of course, safe.
I don't. They're safe, and even some of the pitchers. But whenever you've got a team that the 40-man roster is just covered in prospects that you have no spot for.
Yeah.
You're doing them a disservice by keeping them down and not letting them make the money. I mean, they're making $30,000-$40,000 a year instead of making $500,000 a year, and they deserve that shot. So I do think that if the time comes, and the Braves say that they have money, when the time comes, if the Braves are still doing well, I think we make some big moves.
100%. I said that, like, we did a little baseball preview show right before the season started, and that's what I said. Once we get to the trade deadline, if we're still playing around 500 ball, if we're contender, I think that we'll make a big move. If not, I still think the Liberty media might think that the team is a year ahead of schedule. So, they might sit back, but I'm with you. I think if we're contenders, I think that we will be aggressive. I'm hoping too that we will be aggressive.
I hope so too.
I like the idea of them being aggressive. Sorry, man. Go.
Yeah, I hope so too. But dealing with Liberty Media, man, you never know. They may just sit there, twiddle their thumbs, and just say, "Well, just hope something happens," instead of them being aggressive and signing some pitchers that can contribute to this team. Because the squad we have now, we have a playoff squad. We won the division last year, and I'm pretty sure we can win it again. But if we're going to go deeper to the playoffs, we got to address this bullpen. We got to address the pitching rotation.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that with seasoning and this, I could be completely wrong, but with seasoning, I think the rotation could work itself out if you get the right guys in. I mean, there are literally 8 to 10 prospects that could push for a spot right now and do what Fried and Soroka are doing this year. But man, if you look at all of the powerhouses of the past that have went deep in the postseason, they have one thing in common, and they have beast bullpens. I mean, they have guys that come the 6th inning, man, it's over, and that's what the Braves need for sure.
So I'm thinking we're gonna sneak into a wild card spot. So that's what I think that we'll end up the season. I think we'll sneak into a wild card spot. What happened after that, I don't know, but I do think that we get into the playoffs.
Look, man, long we can get to the dance. We can get to into the dance. We good.
We even dance with a fat girl.
I think the yeah, I think so. I think that we are most definitely a playoff team, if healthy. I think
Yeah.
if you lose Freddie Freeman for a while in the past, I think that it would be detrimental to this team. I think that this team has the talent in the minor leagues to absorb a big injury, which is huge for playoffs. I mean, if you think about if Freddie Freeman did get hurt and had to miss a month, or if Josh Donaldson had to get hurt and miss a month, all of a sudden you got Austin Riley coming in and playing third or first base, and just the talent in the upper minor leagues is there for a playoff push run, and it's even there in case a big bat gets hurt.
That's gonna be huge. It's gonna be
Yeah,
huge.
but I mean, it doesn't stop at AAA, man. We got two guys that could be up in Atlanta at the end of this year at Mississippi, and Christian Pache and Drew Waters. I don't know if you guys have seen them or heard them, but man, they are remarkable.
Um, Punch. I never pronounce his name correctly.
Right.
Man, I'm so high on this kid. Like this kid is a superstar. This kid is a star. Like this kid, I'm super high on him. I think, like I said, I think this kid's a star.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that Drew Waters is not going to have the. He's going to be a good fielder. He's not going to have the defensive ceiling as Pache, but
Hmm.
man, I mean, the fact that Pache last year had a 717 OPS and moved up to Mississippi, where I don't know if y'all even if you're aware of this, but Pearl, Mississippi is the biggest pitchers park in the entire major and minor league system. It's
Okay.
basically where offense goes to die. And he's got a 934 OPS this year at Mississippi. He's got a 330 batting average, 377 on base percentage, and 557 slugging percentage. And he's rated the best defensive outfielder in the minor leagues. In the
That's
entire minor
weird. Like, cause
leagues.
I remember going because I used to stay in Mississippi for a few years,
Uh-huh.
and I used to go to some games at Trustmark Park. That's the name of the park that's out there,
Uh-huh.
per
Okay.
Mississippi. But like yeah, that's really weird right there.
Yeah.
Um, so Pache and all them doing good down there because like Mississippi Rays, they was always good to watch, but you
Right.
really didn't know like if they was gonna get called up or not because once you in that double A system, it's kind of hard to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Drew Waters is right behind him. He's there, and these kids are just like Acuna. They're young. They're just 20 years
Yeah.
old.
Yep.
And if the Braves can do what they did with Acuna and with Albies and sign some 20-year-old guys to 10-year contracts and keep them
Hmm.
around during the duration, man, you're talking about a dynasty. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we did it before. Strong pitching and a strong minor league system. Hey, we won the division, what, 17, 18 years? I mean, so,
Yeah.
I mean, we know the formula.
Right.
Sure Holt wrote the formula for us years ago. Just follow it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I enjoy about this new Braves squad is the fact that like they they gel well together. Last year and this year, you got a lot of like old school mentality and somebody like Nick Markakis and Brian McCann, and you got the new school mentality of hey, it's about fun with Acuna and
Mhm.
Albies, and you
Yeah.
put them on the same field and it's magic. I mean, it's something that
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, somebody said, "Oh, there's no way that." Somebody probably said, "There's no way that Brian McCann could ever play with someone that's doing bat flips and all these things without calling him out." Now look at him. So I mean, it's just great, man. It's great, and it's a testament to I rag on him a lot for his in-game decisions, but Brian Snicker knows how to manage personalities, and that's a huge thing, especially in this clubhouse where you've got old school meets new school.
Yeah, so like I say, good things this last time we had the Braves, I said the same thing and I'm telling everybody again. If you're a baseball fan or if you want to be, if you're looking for a team to watch this team because they're young and exciting, they're fun to watch, and these guys have some athletes on the team. And if you watch the game, you'll see some amazing things from some of the guys we have on the team. Definitely get behind this team because they're fun. It's a fun team. Very fun to watch.
And most important, go watch them live. Go to
Yeah.
SunTrust.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
June 1st,
June 2nd, June 2nd. I'll be at the United game June 1st. But I'll be on SunTrust. I'll be at SunTrust Park on that Sunday, June 2nd. So if y'all want to come see me, meet me, whatever you want to do, come hit me up, come holler at me. Are you going to the game?
I didn't get my ticket yet, but I'm 90% sure I will. I'm pretty sure I'll be there.
That means
I'll
you
be
going
there. No, dude, watch. I surprise you. No, I'm be there. I'm be there. I'm definitely gonna come. I'm just trying to see if I'm bringing the whole family or not, but I'm gonna come check them out.
I get to do something I've been wanting to do for years, and I'm June 27th, I think it is. It's a day game. I'm going to see the Braves play at Wrigley.
Whoa, man, that's two big things. Seeing your favorite team play and getting a chance to go to a historic stadium. That's big.
Yeah, so it's been something I wanted to do for a long time, and my in-laws live in St. Louis,
Okay.
and they agreed to watch our kids for 2 days while we flew to Chicago and took in Wrigley. So
Okay.
shout out to my in-laws, Val and Jim.
Well, this is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to mark that down, and then you're gonna have to come back and you're gonna have to tell us all about your trip, man, because we love to hear. One of the things we like to do, we love to hear about how other stadiums and other. So you're gonna have to come back and tell us all about how your trip was to Wrigley, man. We're gonna have you back on for that.
Yeah, and I've been to Chicago before, so I haven't been to Wrigley, but I've been to Chicago, and you got to go try. I don't know if you ever been before. Go try the food. Go try the steak sweets and Chicago hot dog, man. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. I enjoy being on here, guys, because as somebody that has consolidated their sports love down to just one thing, and that's baseball, just because it consumes so much of my time. I really appreciated hearing about about all the sports in Atlanta, because I kind of lose touch. And man, I have a friend that goes to 2 or 3 United games a year, and he said it's the best thing going on in Atlanta right now. He said it's fun, and it's a good atmosphere.
And it's if the whole area downtown around the stadium just on game day is just lit, magical. Is the atmosphere is just the atmosphere. I haven't been to a game yet. I'm going to my first this year, but I was downtown at a Tech game, Georgia Tech football game last year, and Atlanta United was having a game at the same time. And just just the feel and the energy out there, man, it was just like it was amazing. So I can't wait to go and check it out myself this year.
Yeah, for sure. I used to. I live at the beach now, but I lived in New Orleans for 10 years, and I was around. I was in New Orleans during Katrina, but that was also something that after Hurricane Katrina, the New Orleans had like a revamp around the Saints, and it was awesome. And every time you went, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen. I'm not saying I'm a Saints fan. What I'm trying to tell you is that city was revived by a football team, which was just a remarkable thing to see. I mean, the city was dead, and this football team brought them back. So it was cool to see though, and the energy inside. I busted my eardrum at my first Saints game. I screamed so loud.
Man, no, I'm sorry, man. Like, I look that city, man. It's a lot of conspiracy behind the Saints that I really
Right.
don't want to get into.
Right.
Before we already know, before 2006, there were no Saints fans. They were Cowboys fans.
Hey, I remember whenever they played at when they played at LSU, and I think there was like 8,000 people that went
Yeah,
to the game.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden I'm glad, they revived the city and everything, but other than that, like come on now, just be real with yourself. Like most of y'all was not cheering for the Saints before 2006.
I didn't live there.
Some people really think Drew Brees was drafted by the Saints.
Right.
Yeah.
My first year in New Orleans was 2002, and we lived there for 10 years. And that's because my wife went to college there and then went to law school. But we moved to the beach, and I really don't keep up with. I keep the scores on the Saints and the Falcons, and that's about it. But it was just cool to see a city revive around a team, and I think that Atlanta is having a bit of a awakening because of the Braves and the fire that they provide. I guess that's what my parallel was.
we gonna get our ring, and when we get our ring, we're gonna win ours fair and square. We're gonna win ours without any conspiracy, anything like that. We're gonna win ours outright. It's coming soon. I said this before. We're gonna have a ring before 2022. So, but yeah, I'm glad if anytime you follow us, subscribe to our channel. Because like I told you, we cover all Atlanta sports. So
Yeah.
Ryan, go ahead and let them know again where they can check you out at.
All right, man. On Twitter at Baldheaded Wonder, BALDHEADED, and then the number 1 DER.
And I just marked it down in my phone. I'm serious. I definitely want to have you back on June 27th after then to find out about your Wrigley trip. So I'm gonna reach out to you then. I marked it down in my phone.
All right, guys. It was wonderful.
all right.
And as always, I'm Coach Mario. You can find me on Twitter at the Real One Baby, and my partner in crime, the Don.
Y'all can, we have the descriptions for FILA Sports Podcast for our Twitter is in the description. As far as Facebook, we're on Facebook. We've been on Facebook for like a month now. The link is in the description, and we just now started an Instagram page. So you can come holler at us over there as well. If like I said before, if you guys are watching this video, please comment, please hit that like button, please share with your friends, and please subscribe to our channel. As always, come holler. It's your hometown sports podcast.
We're getting better with that, Ryan. Y'all enjoy y'all evening, man.
Y'all have a great evening. Peace out.
I'm going to watch Thrones.
Yeah.